Hello again, mate lovers. Today I'm going to talk about one of my favorite ways to drink mate. And indeed, for many people that might not like uh, what it's like just by itself, this is a good way to go as well. This is my wife's favorite way to drink it. Yes, that's right. Sorry, ladies, I'm spoken for. What I'm talking about is mate in a grapefruit. Now, I have a couple of examples here. Here's a common, kind of sad looking grapefruit. And here is perhaps its larger cousin, pomelo. I'm not exactly sure what that is, other than it seems like it's a really large grapefruit. And you can get them every now and then when they're in season, and you want to spend a little more money, or you can get grapefruit pretty much all the time. Now, the best grapefruit to use are not the red, really tart ones, but ones that are kind of more pink or yellowish inside. And the pomelos are generally good for that because they are a little bit of a lighter color. And so you want ones that are a bit sweeter, not the tartness that grapefruit can have. What's interesting is that I don't really like grapefruit. And I had this suggested to me by a companion many, many years ago. And I thought, well, I don't like grapefruit. But we tried it, and it really is one of the best ways to do it. So let me show you what to do here. We've got our pomelo. And what I've done is I've cut out a bit of a hole in the top. It's kind of a little cone-shaped hole. And I have a little bombilla here. This is actually my newest one. It's a little one here I'm trying out. What you're going to do is you're going to take and make some space within the grapefruit. And you can use a little bit of force, perhaps. So I'm trying to press down in here to make an opening for the yerba to go in. And as I'm doing that, of course, I'm kind of crushing the inner pulp of the grapefruit or the pomelo, and making a bit of juice inside of it as well. So when you get a bit of a space cleared out here, and this one's being a little bit tough, you get a bit of an opening for you. You'll have some juice. I'll just reward myself for my efforts. It's actually nice and sweet. Look out for spraying grapefruit juice. So I'm going to put the yerba in, and I've found that the best kind to use for this is my favorite brand. It's Taragui Sin Palo. That's the pure leaf kind, no sticks. And I'm just kind of putting it right here into the grapefruit, treating the grapefruit as though it were my mate, my cup. So I'll just put that right in. And with this method, I don't really bother to get it wet and wash it or anything previously. So we'll do that, and a bit of sugar, as is usual. You might not need a whole lot because the grapefruit juice is going to flavor this quite a bit. And again, I didn't even like grapefruit and found this to be one of the best ways to drink it. And in fact, there is grapefruit flavored mate now. And someday we'll talk about various types of flavored mates. But we'll give this a little bit of a stir here. And sometimes it takes a little bit to get the yerba to settle down and to get enough space in here. But there we go. There we have it. Take a nice little sip. That's the good stuff. So my favorite brand, Taragui, is usually thought of as being very strong. So it's a very strong taste. Usually, if you don't like the pure taste, you need a lot of sugar or flavor for it. But the juice of the grapefruit flavors it up nicely, and it's a nice contrast. And it's a great citrus taste. It doesn't taste a whole lot like grapefruit, I guess. Like I say, the combination of the two really works well. All right, so there I'm done with my first bit. Now, as you keep going here, I'll put a little more sugar. Again, this is a fairly flavorful grapefruit, so I don't need to put a whole lot. And we'll put in some more water right here. And as you go down, you keep trying it. At each pass, it's going to kind of make a bit more room. And one thing you can do, which I would say to never do in normal mate drinking circles, is you can give us a bit of a squeeze and kind of play with it a bit. So what I mean by that is, we'll drink that. but there's a lot of juice that's locked in the pulp of the grapefruit here. And so as you drink it, you can actually squeeze it and get more of that juice mixed in with the mate, the water, and the leaves. And when you come to the end, you can actually, I'll let you do this a little bit. I'll approve it. Make a little bit of noise as you kind of squeeze and get a bit more juice in there for that last sip. Something which would be considered extremely rude for normal mate drinking situations. Now, for the person who is preparing or serving the mate, what you're going to want to do is after each time kind of try and open up a bit more. So I'm taking my bombilla and I'm pressing down to try and compress more of this pulp down, squeeze out its juice, and make more room to be mixed with the mate. So as you go along here, you'll kind of be able to open it up a little bit more. We'll get that going. This one is a bit of a tough one to do. And also with a pomelo, they tend to have a much heavier, thicker rind. A lot of times, grapefruit, a normal small grapefruit, will have a smaller rind. So we want to be kind of careful. Also, make sure you don't kind of puncture it as you're squeezing down. So pour a bit more in there. Go. And you actually still want to see a bit of the foam at the top here. So let's take a look at that. You still want to be able to see that foam there. That shows you that the mate is still good quality and strong. Okay, really tasting nice now. As I said, there are grapefruit flavored mates you can buy. You really don't compare it to the real thing, having it right there in the grapefruit. There we go. And of course, as you go along, you'll have a little bit more room as the hot water interacts with the inside of the grapefruit. And you'll want to kind of strengthen the mate a bit by putting a little bit more as you go. And this is a really refreshing, great way to drink mate. The fruit-based ones are often in the very hot parts of Argentina and similar countries are drunk cold with ice, and they're called tereré. I've tried that. I've never really loved it that much. They're okay. The hot ones are really good. So this actually is really hot and refreshing. A really good way to try it. If you like mate, if you like the idea of flavored mates, this is about the best flavor that there is, right in a grapefruit. I've tried many other things. This is my my pick for being about the best, especially for people who might not like the strength of mate itself. This is a good one to show them. So give it a try, and happy drinking.